Welcome in and welcome back, YouTube. It is day 77. We have done a lot. And if you are here from the last video in the playlist, you know that we were downstairs solving some bloody sigils. I had to go do some real life. It was gross, but we are back and we are just going straight down there to do the rest of these. My boyfriend always tells me that we must travel to Scotland. It's a lovely place. Yeah, it's a nice place to come and visit. It's cold, it's rainy, but it's a nice place. My latest English teachers were from Scotland. Oh, nice. Right. We are going to solve these sigils good and proper as per... Thank you. Both called Andrew. Yeah, it's a very popular Scottish name. Thank you, Edgin. Right. So as per last video, we'll be tabbing back and forward from our massive mind map. And we'll hopefully be able to solve all of these. Let me quickly update the stream title. I realize I've still got it on BRB because I'm a moron. Right. Done. Right. Okay, here we go. We did all of these yesterday. Well, we did the ones we hadn't done yesterday. Did we do this one? Did we do this one? No, we didn't. We stopped right here. Okay, so let's go check the board. Right, YouTube, come on. Let's go show you the board. This is the board. Are you doing that in day... No, this is day 78. 77? We're in the 70s. We're in the bloody 70s right now. Right, so... This is Kararaka. They've got an orange rim. And it's the moon thing. Okay? So... Let's at least get that set up for now. Let's at least... We don't know the moat. We do not know the moat. But we know the outside is... Was it that one? Yeah, it was. Oh no, I'm already... Because it's pretty much ground zero for them for sunburn. Yeah, Shavarath, I don't know why, but British people, like every person of the generation above me, they've all at least been to Spain once. Like, Spain is an essential part of Britishness. I don't know why. Okay, so Kararaka, we know, is the triangle outline and the dotted line. Kararaka on the map. Yeah, that's good, the map. That's actually exactly what we want. It's not going to be on here, is it? No, that's just the map of Fen Aries. We want this. Kararaka. Here we go. So, this is the other side of the world. You know, there's the... Let's just bring it up here. There's the side of the world we live on. There's the other side. So Kararaka is this big bit up the left side here. Now, the question is, what do we know about this place? This is us now getting to one of the ones that we don't have a lot of information about. This is us getting to the point where we may actually need to go back up and read the history books. We've only got 2 here, yeah. We're not on day 8, we're on day 70 something. Day 77 or something like that. We are not on day 8. We are not. We are not on day 8. No, no, no. No, no, no. Says it, yeah, look. Day 77 up there. We're just super, super smart. Right, the diamond is nuance. We've only got 2 for that. We've got 2 for Monojet. It's this one here, Vera. We've got 3 there. We could do that. So let's go find Vera. Here it is right here. Okay, so we know the moats in the middle are the little pizzas. Gotta plant some little pizzas. Little pizzas. And we know that... they were on wiggly lines. Yep, okay. And we know that... Let's go back over, hang on. Let's go back over. We are... here... So it's like castle turret, sort of like the top of a castle, I guess. Squared, boxed, whatever you want to call that. There we go.
Thank you for following.
Oh.
Fudedo.
Thank you for following. Who did was taken. Hello. So how many do we think we're on here, Ijin? How many solving sigils I see? Yes, we are. No spoilers, please. Is it 4 roads? 4 is roads. The one where it's short. Oh yeah, the one with the shorter one. I just love watching Blueprints gameplay. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. It is really special. It is really special. It's the one with the shorter one. He's right. He's bloody right. Where's the shorter one? Am I missing something? Doesn't look like there is a shorter one. Look at that book again. Yeah, hang on. Hang on, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right. Okay, let's do it, let's do it. Let's do it. So, yeah, it specifically has one going all the way to the edge and one not going all the way to the edge. And when we looked at the book, it said turtleback travel, 5 short rays that do not fully extend from the core to the border, but it's still 5 rays either way. So we just need to go back in and get the which is this one here. Hold on, so we're actually pretty close. Hold on. Yes, here we go. Right, YouTube, please remember, skip forward like 15 minutes while I do this. If I forget to edit it, you know, just skip forward until I figure this out. I'm dumb and this might take me a long time, okay? Here we go. The variation. While Morajai boxes were never as popular in Vera as in other realms, pink tiles were eventually introduced, based on the Veran people's devout respect of the sacred circle. When these tiles are pressed, all adjacent and diagonal tiles rotate around the pressed tile. Should I mark it? No, it's fine. I appreciate it. Way! I'm the most skilled video game player you've ever... Okay, here we go. The Pink Nation. Vera. Tents. Sand. Toidles. Here we go. Despite my prejudice against Mother Nature, Pardon? Start again. Despite my prejudice against Mother Nature, I own that I have deeply loved my time here at Vera. The memories of the youthful trip I took here with my brother have been relentless, and as I have gotten older, I find less and less occasion to recollect on such trivial pleasures. One thing I do remember vividly, which has not lost a single speck of charm, are the famous turtles. Each visitor of Vera upon arriving is lent one of these hard-shelled friends for the duration of their stay, to serve as both steed, guide and companion. I am still under the spell of island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Mora Jai. Very cool. We are learning where to put the pins in room 46. So we went from Mora Jai to Vera. Okay, we have got... Here's the thing, right? Let's have a look at the board for a second. Let's look at the board for a second. Oh yeah, that's a good point, actually. The ones we've got left to do are these three here. Corica, Mora Jai, and Nuance. They are the ones. We know 2 of the 3 things we need. Kararika was the one with mountains and snow on the stamp. Yeah, see that, the little dotted, this one here. This one here, that is snow. That's weather. It's more for Kararika, the thing we need is the travel. But I guess we can figure that out ourselves. That one had a giant turtle. Which one? The one we were just in? Yeah. Kararika was the stamp with the, like, sort of war memorial looking thing. Right, let's try and figure it out. Let's go to the V and try and figure it out. So it's... the dotted lines for snow. Yep, that one there. It's that one for snow. And it's... do we know the moat? Yeah, we don't know the moat for Kararika either. That is a problem. For me, I'm thinking Marshall. Because the thing we saw looked like a war memorial. If we had been paying attention in the schoolroom classes, we might know more about this. But yeah, I don't think that was a war memorial. Yeah, maybe you're right, maybe you're right. The thing is, though, with these ones, we knew 3 of the 4, and we could just work the last one out. But with these 3 here, we only know 2 of the 4. So we can't just figure them out. I think we're gonna have to go... read the history book. See if we can find out anything about Nuance, Morajai, Corica, Koraruka. Try and get a school run. What if Nuance had wind weather? Yeah, because it was the air place. The big book of Arundia. Yeah, exactly. Since it had the blimps. Yeah, that's a really good point. Let's try that. It's a really good point. Let's try Nuance then. That's a really, really good point. The big old book of Arundia. You're Morajai. Oh yeah, wait, that's a great point, Edgin. He specifically says... even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Morajai. So maybe the weather in Morajai is calm. You know, one of them is calm, isn't it? And we've not actually used that one yet. Straight lines. Straight black lines indicate a lack of unusual or harsh weather in normal temperatures. I am going to say we can confirm that that's that. I'm gonna do what we do. I'm copying and pasting. I am gonna do that. Yeah, that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. We're gonna put that on the board for Morajai. Let's do that. Oh, Edgin, this is the coolest game ever. I love this. Right, anyway. We're doing Nuance. Unless, where are we right now? No, we're in 1, okay. Nuance, here we go. So, what we know about Nuance is that it's the 4 pointing up the way, because that's the blimps. It's like the dashed edges. And we are gonna say that the weather was windy because blimps, right? So, the curved rays. Four curved rays pointing up. That's 5? Is that the one where... Is it 5? Am I going crazy? Yeah, it is 5. Okay, my bad. I thought it was 4. Okay, so that's 5 of those. We want them to be... curved. For windy. Now on the outside we want... It's like little dashes. Is it that one? No, I don't think it is the little S's, is it? It's little curves. Yeah, is it that? Sorry, I'm gonna go back out and check. It's like little... Not even sure... Tell me I'm going crazy, but I'm not seeing one that is exactly like that. Is it this one? It could be that one? With the little S's, maybe? Do any of the other ones have like little S's? No, that's definitely not little S's. That's not even close to little S's. Okay. Then it must be the... It must be these lines. Okay, so then the moat of nuance. We knew nuance were an ally of Fenris in the war. Where's bring to front? Isn't there a bring that to the front? Bring to front, there it is. I think industrial, since they had good technology. Yeah, you could be right, you know. You could be right. Yeah, I'm gonna try industrial first. I think you might be right. But if not industrial, it might either be academic, metropolitan, or martial, honestly. Let's try industrial. Oh shit, it was that one. It was martial. Militaristic nation engaged in generation-spanning wars and heated arguments. Yeah, that's fair. If they were the right hand during the war, that makes sense. Right, YouTube again. You know, if you need to go to the bathroom, or you know, if you want to go visit your grandmother. The nuance variation. Popular in the air hangars of nuance. But with air hangers of nuance, Pinky's making me laugh. The ports of Morajak, green tiles were introduced with an ability that allowed them to instantly jump across the board, representing the ease with which air travel conveys its cargo. When green tiles are pressed, that tile swaps with the opposite tile on the far side of the box. Okay. So, oh, these are the hardest puzzles I've ever done in my life. Right, YouTube, right here, right back. Right, nuance, air travel, warfare, future tech by the looks of things. By far my favourite realm I have visited during this trip, but I have always had a penchant for technology and am less moved by the beauty of nature than others. The soot-filled streets and soaring skyscrapers here are just as stirring to me as the mountains of Kararaka or the beaches of Morajai. Perhaps I'm just letting my childhood love of dirigiblocks compromise my objectivity. From the shops I have visited, it seems the series is just as popular here as it is back home. Speaking of home, as I look across the eastern sea, I can almost see its shores. I never thought that I would miss the sight of red flags. Herbert. Okay. I got the linen shits. Two left. Two left. So with Morajai, what do we know? Let's go have a look. What do we know? We know it's the dotted edge. It's all of the travels. And it's straight lines. The only thing we're not so sure about with Morajai is the moats. But my instinct would be to say tribal, because of the name and the way people talk about them. Either way, we have got dots, the full thing, and the straight lines, and then we'll come back to this. That's a good point. That's a really good point. So we don't know the moats. We don't know the moats. We do know that it's straight lines, which I've just skipped away from. Is Morajai anything in Eurasian? That's a really good point. I didn't consume linen is a very funny thing to read. Whoa, the linen consumed you. There's nothing like getting consumed by linen. Right, so is it this one? The different size dots? Is that the one that we... I guess it is? No, it looks like it's... Is that? Are they... Is there one that's... They're all the same size dots? It is that one, okay. So then let's try this. Let's try this. Luckily, we can just try the different moats. If we've got this right, it is just the moat. It's not going to be this one, is it? No. But it could be this one. And it definitely could be this one. And then here's Tribal, the one I thought it was. Nope. Oh, no, we've got something else wrong then, haven't we? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, okay, hang on then. Hang on. So we are saying that Morajai, I think the weather might be wind since they say, yeah, you went full circle with the moats already, yeah. So it's definitely these circles. Here's the problem is, right, is, see this one here? The one we actually saw. It makes it quite clear that the circles are smaller and bigger. Whereas this one is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit, they're just all circles. So it might be, the note said that the weather is less extreme in Morajai. He was happy that the weather was less extreme in Morajai. So I guess it could just be that it's... It was, yeah... Extreme heat, foggy, straight lines, windy. Yeah, okay. Let's try other weather things then. Let's try other weather things. And then we really do have no idea about the moats for Morajai. So let's just switch to a different weather and then try the moats again. So we're thinking windy is our best bet. Not like foggy or... Let's try windy. There's rainy. There's extreme thunder. It's not that one. So this is the one, right? This is windy. Is this windy? No, windy's the curves. Yeah. Windy's... Ah, I've just turned the wrong bloody one, ain't I? I've just turned the wrong bloody one, ain't I? Right, there we go. So we'll go windy, and then we'll try the different moats. What was the photo of Morajai? Like, what actually was the photo? In the stamp? It was a ship at sea. So it was. Interesting. Okay. So we tried normal weather. We've tried windy weather. Will we try foggy? I guess. It didn't seem foggy in the photo. What are the other options? What are our other options? Bring to the front. It wouldn't be extreme heat. It specifically said the weather's way more extreme here than it was in Morajai. So it's not going to be either of these two that have the word extreme written on them. Is the ship all of them? Yeah, it is. It's the naval, all the lines is naval capabilities. And since the only bloody thing we know about them is a ship at sea, we figure that's probably it's probably naval. Probably. Let's see where they are on the map. Yep, okay, no bother. Morajai on the map. Are they on the Arindia side of the world? No, they're not. They're on the other side of the world. Yeah, look, there's a little pirate ship and everything. They're above the equator. There's mountains, I guess. I would guess rainy or foggy, yeah. That would be mine, but at this point we really are just guessing. We really are just guessing. Could be agriculture. Yeah, that's true. Weather, though, it's got to be rainy or foggy, right? So let's just try foggy. Let's try every one of these with foggy. Oh no, wait, isn't it the... Have I changed the outer... Yeah, when did the outer thing... Wait, rain, fog, ship, is this the UK? Yeah, the circles on the outside have been changed. That's my bad. How long has it been like that? I've just... Oh no, it's these circles. That's what's been wrong. It's the others. I've had the wrong thing on the entire time. Okay, we try everything again from scratch. What was the most likely one? Sorry. The most likely one was the straight lines. Yep. The most likely one was the straight lines. There it is. And then we put the actual circles on the outside. Here we go. And now we see what one of these it is. And I believe it's going to be... I think it's going to be tribal. I could be wrong. I'm wrong. It's agricultural. It's seeds. It's agricultural. We bloody did it. I'm a moron. Oh. Right, again, you know, away you go. Morajai boxes were a popular fad in the early 30s among both the peerage and common crowds. These small mechanical puzzle boxes originated on the island Morajai as a children's game, but quickly gained popularity among seafarers who valued the compact boxes as both lockbox and entertainment on long voyages. Over time, the boxes spread from port to port and eventually found their way into the homes and hearts of every realm. A traditional Morajai box... Oh, this is the standard one. Well, the fad may have ended. Morajai boxes... Yeah, I think we've read this one before. This is just the basic one. This is like the very first one we ever found. Huh. Okay, cool. It's easy. Right. Morajai. A beautiful farming place. Fruits and lovely bits and pieces. Here we go. After a short sea voyage, remember, this is going to help us solve the puzzle. We're coming back to read all of these. After a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Morajai last night in good spirits. The people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the Gyrail, I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I have noticed that each realm I have visited has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. That's a great point, Pinky, but that's, you know, that's a problem for future us. That's a problem for the us that solves this next one. There's one left. Let's bloody do it. There's one left. Let's do it. Now. It's Kararika. We know for certain that Kararika has snow, and that there are little triangle bits. That's what this is, snow, triangle bits, and snow. As far as I'm aware, that's all we know about Kararika. Now, I'm actually gonna go see if they make mention of Kararika in any of these other ones. Let's go back and actually take these screenshots and... Right. Someone... What's the keybind for taking a screen print? This never bloody works when I try it. What are the keys I press to print this to my screen? Windows, Shift, and S. This literally never works. Right, I'm gonna try it. What it's done is brought up like a weird overlay. It hasn't actually taken a screenshot. It's just brought up like an overlay. It says I've used the snipping tool. Oh wait, oh shit. No, oh, I'm an idiot. I see what I'm doing here. Right, hold on. So we take this bit. We take this. It saves it. We come out to here. We are gonna do this. Where's a wee space on our board? We're just gonna do it over down by the maps. Where is it? Paste it. Paste here. You, paste here. I just copied you. I just snipping tooled you. Where are you? Hang on, let's try it again. Print screen. Just give me the full screen. Do full screen. Bam. Full screen, there we go. Now we come back to blueprints, we paste it in here, bam. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. Here we go. It's gonna be one of those days. Right. Okay. Here we go. Here's the puzzle. 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough. Wait. There's no chance you just did these in this order, right? Like, there's no chance that it's just the order these are in. No. Maybe. It would be too easy. Yeah, that'd be like a trick. We'd have been Let's put the postcards in the order they are in the rooms, and then when we go up, we'll just try it. We'll try it. Okay, so he left from here. 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough, but in what order, what route, and where to start? Questions like these are the ones I tend to ignore, as planning has never been my strong suit. Well then, in the true spirit of adventure, I have departed, forsaking both map and plan, and as it happens, the road has taken me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom, a landmark as black in realm as it is in name, and a story I feel closely connected to. So, we know that he started... We know that he started... in Orinda, Aries. So if he went south, he's gone to Araja. So we know it's Orinda, Aries, then Araja. That's the first. Guaranteed that's the first step. Look at the thing in the right corner, the stamp. His stamp. That's Kararika in the middle. Huh. On the map, sorry, on our map. This here. Left corner. I'm not sure I know what you're saying. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, okay, yes, I see what you mean. I see what you mean now. You are talking about... on this map here. Is this what you're saying? Top left. Up here. It's Kararika in the center, with all the other ones around the edge. Interesting. I wonder why. Right, anyway. That really could be, that could mean something. I really do think it could. Right, the baddies, the villains. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm actually writing this last postcard sitting at my desk at home. So the first one was sent on black stationery from the old country. And now this last one's been sent in red stationery from the same place, his home. I suppose I should put forth the extra effort and drop it in the mail for consistency, but I'm tempted to save the postmaster a trip as it will just wind up here once again to join the other 7, which I'm pleased to report were all waiting for me on my desk safe as can be. Flipping through them has reminded me of the many friends I made and lessons learned along the way, and as I look back, one truth shines brighter than the others. Air travel is much better than sea travel. P.S. Remind Anne to replace the books I lost. Okay, so we know he started at home and ended at home. That's... yeah. Perfectly reasonable. It's rainy old place. Right, so Arch Aries, this is Arch Aries, and he got here after a few days of sailing. And it made me realise how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Arch Aries is a destination with which I am well acquainted, having travelled here countless times on business for Cinca. This time, however, I will avoid the familiar towns and factories and will instead trek along the northern coast, an area with which I am wholly unfamiliar. Now, remember, Arch Aries is the place north of where we live. Arch Aries is this place here. So, doesn't the red letter also tell you that where the 7th round was in the air travel one, I think, or does the red have... No, too much, no spoilers, I don't know. What are you saying? Doesn't the red... Yeah, we've not read those red letters in a long time. We really should look at those red letters. I'll also tell you that wherever the 7th realm was is the air travel one, I think, or does the red have air... Yeah, I don't know. We need to maybe go back and read those red letters, actually. That's a good point. Stay golden, Danny boy. That's a good point. Right. Oh, sorry, I meant the red sigil letter you just read in the other room. Oh, have you unlocked the 7 red? Yeah, we've got 7, but we've never found the 8th one. Although he did say in the cutscene you'll only ever found 7. Yeah, that's a good... Well, I didn't... Interesting. Ijin, Pinky, that's a good point. Danny boy here brings up a good point. Is this saying shit? Wrong one. Is this saying that the last one... As I look back, one truth shines brighter than the others. Air travel is much better than sea travel. I'm not sure if that says that the most recent one was air travel. It's just saying, he's saying overall, air travel is much better than sea travel. Or am I misreading that? And is Golden Danny Boy here actually right? And that I think that just means he tried both. Yeah, it sort of comes across like he just tried both, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We will see. We will see. We probably should go back and read the red letters that are in the envelopes, though, right? In the safes. They probably do have, yeah, it is definitely something to keep in the old tool belt here. Definitely. Now, we just read... Yeah, we read this one. We read this one. Sorry, I'm getting all over the place now. Thinking it... The fuck is that? Oh, it's just like a bit of geometry. Fuck. Oh my god, I thought we... Oh my god, we found something! Just a bloody bit of geometry. Right, here we go. This is the fourth one. I was a little disappointed that there has not been a drop of rain during my time here, as every Eurasian story I have ever heard has begun with rain. I suppose the anecdotes I make on this trip will have to do without the flavourful setting. However, even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. Lorja Yena Adjalor Lune. Not much information in there. Not much information in there. But let's get the screen printed anyway, shall we? I think I've done it right for once. Oh, I have missed doing the other two. Ijin, Pinky, you're supposed to be keeping me right here. You're supposed to be keeping me on it. Wait, what? Oh my god, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. Right, that's the fourth one. That's the fourth one, so I'm a bit too tired to keep anything straight right now. No, that's fair, Pinky, that's fair. How is studying going, Pinky? I was almost going to cry again. How is the studying going, Pinky? When is the exam? Are you ready for the exam? It's going fine. Are you confident in your examly abilities? The exam is on the 30th of June. We wish you all the very best luck in all the land, young sir. YouTube, I'm probably not going to edit out me doing all of this, so this is you getting to see some behind the scenes stuff here. This is what we do on the stream to make when we're making these boards. We're just vibing, we're doing it, we're filling up our board. I'll be alright, and I finally understand geometry a bit. Well, good. Which is the thing I was worst at last time I took this exam, okay. Yeah, it really does, like, it's so boring. It's so unbelievably boring. But just repeating something over and over does actually, you know, the reason they say to redo old exams is because it really does end up, like, forcing it into your brain if you just redo stuff over and over. but it can be so bloody dull. Right. Here we go, here we go. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Right, there we go. Right, we're getting there. We're bloody getting there. Now, 5 is the one we're missing, right? This is the one we've not done. No. I keep going back in and out of the same ones over and over again. I'm gonna absolutely... Right, that's... 5's the one we've not done. 6 is Mora Jai. Let's just get it photographed. After a short sea voyage. We won't... Yeah, let's just get these photographed. Figure out the last one. And then get up to room 46. Hopefully if we take these up to room 46, we actually look at the map and start moving the pieces around on the map in room 46. It'll become clear what way we're... It'll become much clearer, hopefully. My strat is to stuff everything in my mind right before the exam and then try to keep it in the noggin. Because I also try not to think of the subject after each exam. You only need that information for sitting the exam, really, and then you're fine. The problem is, I know people have complained about this for years, but, like, exams aren't accurately testing your knowledge. They're just testing your memory. And I get it, like, knowledge is memory. I get it, but, like, the way exams are, you are being tested on how much information you can remember. It's not actually your, like... I don't know. Might just be talking shite. Right, and then we've got 8, and then we'll go figure out... We'll go figure out the last one. Right. Not knowing something works. So yeah, I get it. It's weird. I guess you're right. Right. Chitty chatty, we have got number 5 to find, and that's it. I wing. So so the one we have left to do, let's just focus in for a second here, right? The one we have left to do is Kararika. Kararika on the map is a big place. There is a lot of Kararika. There seems to be mountains. It is hard to say. What we do know about Kararika is... Oh shit, I've done over whatever that is. That's something I've done wrong. It was snow. It was snow, right? Kararika was snow? Yeah, it was. How have I done that? How have I bloody done that? Wait, was Kararika snow? Yeah, it must be. None of the other ones are. Yeah, it was. It was snow, right? Okay, hang on. Control C, Control V. I don't know how I've managed to overwrite. So, let's go get the history book out. If we don't know the moats or the mode of transport, like there's too much like guesswork there. We're not going to be able to. We'd be sitting trying to brute force it for a while. So I think it might be worth us just going and. It might be worth just us going and getting the library, getting the history book, and having a look at Kararika. But it's a shame it's the only one left. What are the moats? Let's have a look. You can have, yeah, we can have a look. Let's have a look. The moats are... The moats are what the culture was like there. It's like what was that nation most known for, I guess. So it's like a tribal place, an agricultural place, a martial place, a metropolitan place, an academic, industrial, spiritual, poetic. And we really don't know. I don't think it would be metropolitan, martial, or industrial. Why is that? What makes you say that? So really the only thing we know right now could be spiritual, yeah. Yeah, it really could be spiritual, but we had spiritual with... Not that it makes a difference at all. Oh, no. Not that it makes a difference at all, but... We already had spiritual down here with Vera. Obviously, like, it doesn't really matter, but... There's nothing about tech. They didn't take part in the war. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay, so we could say that it's likely tribal or agricultural or spiritual or poetic, but then we don't know anything about the... We don't know anything about how they travelled. Could be camels, but like we really don't know. Were any of them camels? There's not been a one with camels yet, has there? But you wouldn't likely be travelling on camelback in the snow. So that's... It's not camels, yeah, it's not. It'd be roads or horseback, likely. Alright, I see. Yeah, it would likely be roads or horseback. Well, we try a few of the combinations that we think we know. Right. Let's try roads and horseback with each of the moats. And if it's not that, then we'll go get a book out. Tab D, up Mars here. What is up, Mars? I see you. I'm gaming. How you doing? Good to see you. Mar, there's been another Mar in here today. We thought it was you doing a prank. I thought it was you doing a ruse. Yeah, get DD tabbed up, y'all. DD is streaming. Oh, Mars in the chat. Is that where Mars been all day? I see you, Mar. I see you. Mar doing what I'm always saying to do, and that is go watch other people while I'm on. If there's other people on, go watch them. Right. Let's get this back up. Right. So let's try a few then. Let's try a few of these. We know... We at least know for sure. We at least know for sure it's the triangles and the snow. So let's do that at least. Let's get us to... Let's try... That's turtles, that's sea, that's roads. So let's try roads. And then it's the little triangles. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Okay, so we'll try roads, we'll try the little triangles, we've got it on snow. So let's try the different moats. We've done it, we've done it. It's roads. It was roads, and it was... It was roads, and it was academic. Roads and academic. Once again, YouTube, I politely ask you to go stretch your legs or whatever. The university variation. Far from the port towns of the lesser islands, the academies of Kararaka were among the last strongholds where the puzzle box fad spread. Unlike the other realms, whose regions' rule variations emerged organically over time, the students of Kararaka designed orange tiles by committee, voting on student-submitted designs and picking the one they felt best represented the realm. When these tiles are pressed, if the majority of adjacent tiles share a colour, then the pressed tile will change to that colour. So what, we want orange in all the corners? That's what we want here? Oh, my brain hurts. Oh, my brain hurts. Oh, my brain hurts. Oh boy, oh boy. I need to go lie down. Right, a lovely little snowy place with roads and a bunch of smarties. We've done all 8. We've done all 8. Can you believe we've finally done all of the essentials? There have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel up into the mountains to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regretting having brought so many books, as this is the first realm I have visited without porters. Hold up. The first realm I have visited without porters. Here every person is expected to carry their own belongings, and if you can't, you throw it away, that which is expendable. It's looking like I'll be bringing back less souvenirs than I had planned. I never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. It was Vera then here, for sure. P.S. I ended up forsaking all but one of my books. No, this one. Wait, which one did we just do? Which one is this we've just done? Kararaka? Kararaka's the one we've just done, right? Yeah. So it was Vera, then Kararaka. Right. So, now what we need to do... Now, oh! Guys, we're gonna get blue tents. Guys, we're gonna get blue tents. This is a big day. Please remind me to name this accordingly when we beat this. We've done it. That's 8 trophies. We are... Now let's go there. This is huge. Let's get the gift shop. Let's get our blue tents. Let's get... Oh my god, that's so exciting. Holy shit. I never thought we'd be like the sigils... The sigils was a thing we in my head, I don't know about you, but to me, the sigils was like a... That's later. We'll get to that later. And now, look down here, they're all... We're past the sigils. Like, we are deep now. We are deep. This is so cool. This game is so cool. That's not me reading out Idjin's message. That's just me saying the exact same. This game is so cool. They've required a lot of work, to be fair. They have required a lot of work. God, we never even got the outside room. We never even got out here. Oh yeah, there's also the king. The king. I guess we want blue rooms, right? Blue rooms for the schoolhouse. I guess. I don't know. We could... What will we do here? Just get the shrine? It is this box. Idjin, you were right. It is this box. You were absolutely right. The trunk is locked. Something tells you it should stay that way. That thing we saw was this box. The note we've got on our board that says... Steady as the scepter, deadly is the stone. Heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. Can we drain the shrine? No. Who knows what that means? Who knows what that means, but the picture on it is this thing. Now, I'm not going to put any money in the shrine because we're going to need that money for the blue tents. Right, so we want library and... Well, there's the library. Okay, cool. Oh no, wait, we don't really need this anymore, do we? We've we've done it. Yeah, I'm not even sure what we're gonna need. Let's just get History of Arindia again, just in case. You never know. Right, there's the convent. Owns a mansion now, but he still sleeps outside. Yeah, I guess when you put it like that, it's a bit weird. Shouldn't you be playing rematch? It's not out. It's not out for a while yet, Spirit Weasel. It's not out here until 11. Tomorrow. 11 AM tomorrow morning. I'm sure there's a bunch of streamers who have early, you know how there's always big streamers that get these games a few days early. I imagine that's happening somewhere right now. I just saw someone playing it and assumed it was out. Yeah, nah. I mean, I'm sure they have it. I'm sure there's people that have it. Remember, we're 3 away from this room. We are 3 away from this room. Here we go. Big brain time. The empty boxes are both true. The gems are in the black box. This is not an empty box. Let's assume this is true, okay? Let's assume this is true. The empty boxes are both true. So if this is true, this must be empty. The gems are in the black box. If this is true, it must be empty. This is not an empty box, so that would be a lie. Oh, wait. This is not an empty... Oh, you can buy the Pro Edition and play now. Okay, cool, yeah. Becoming a bit... all too common in the games industry these days. Give us money and we'll give you it a few days early. It's weird. If the game's ready early, just put it out. But then you can't charge people money for it. This is not an empty box. That doesn't make it... So this must be a lie. The empty boxes are both true. Must be a lie. If blue is true, white is also true, and black is false. But if black is false, it's saying it is an empty box. The empty boxes are both true. The gems are in the black box. Let's say that's true. This is not an empty box. One of these would need to be a lie. I can't figure this one out. I don't understand. This is not an empty box. If that was true, the gems are just in here. Which would make this also true, which would mean this would have to be false. So are they just in black? Oh, all right. That's the least sure I've ever been doing one of those. The least confident I've ever bloody been. Right, let's just... How many more parlors do we need? 2. 2. Might as well take the observatory, right? Should have taken the break room, yeah. Oh, now we can re-roll with our stars. That's good, that's good. We need to get to room 46. We need to get to the... God. We need keys. That's what we need. We need keys. There's the break room, right? Let's get some keys. Let's get some keys in the break room. Three times 3 is 9. 9. Wait, isn't that flip the numbers? So what would it be? 90 rounded to the nearest 2, which would be 90. Nine rounded to the nearest 2 digits, then we'll do that first and say that it's 10, and then we flip so it's 1. Is it just 1? Yeah, okay. 4 squared, so it's 4 times 4 is 16. Rounded to the nearest 2 numbers is 20. Way. Numbers and maths and stuff. We're out of keys. This is not good. This is not good. Let's get security up and running. Hopefully we get a little key card. No, we don't. No, we don't. Suppose I should make the security doors lesser then, since we don't actually have any. And then let's also log into the system and do an experiment. This has been a good run. This is a really good run. We've got our 8 trophies. We might get our blue tents. Remote terminal access. Give me the lab. Now I guess what we want in here is the one that gives us improved lockpicking skills. Yeah, there's lockpicking skills. There's also anti-chamber doors. We could do anti-chamber doors since that's exactly where we're trying to go. Each time you eat an apple? Well, we just do apples and chamber doors so that we don't have to hassle ourselves with. If you draw a drawing room floor plan, each time you find some trash while digging. Each time you eat an apple. I'm gonna eat an apple. I'm gonna do eat an apple, unseal the doors. It's not the most exciting experiment, but we want to get those doors open for this run, so let's just do that. We got the drawing room, I think is the answer here. Get ourselves a little gem. Sacred garden. If we had the experiment for drawing room, yeah. Might as well just open this, right? Since we're here. Okay.
You are simply a means to an end. I made you to be consumed.
Hi, Emily. How you doing? There's the lever. Some money. Oh, lockpicking kit, nice. Little coupon voucher. YouTube will hear all it. Oh, so they will, yeah. I must not have turned that off. Weird. Little treasure map. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen a treasure map. Oh, it's here. Wait. Weird. It's this room. Okay. We'll come back with a shovel, I guess. Have we ever found a treasure map in the room that it was in? If only we had something to dig with. So true. So true. Right. I guess we have to do lab to keep going. This is scary. This is getting scary. Are we going to fumble here? Am I about to fumble the bag? As the kids say. No, we've done all this. We've done all this. Shit, we can't pick that lock. Probably crashed. I'm just going to keep redrawing until we get something even remotely bloody useful. Right, we could rotate this, put the dovecoat in. That'll do, that'll do. We don't have a shovel. We've found all this. These are letters our mum wrote. These are notes our mum wrote. to her mum and to our Uncle Herbert. The Foundation treasure crash. Oh, I remember it very well. I remember it like it was yesterday. The old Foundation treasure crash. Right. Aquarium opens us out further. Yeah, let's do aquarium. Let's do aquarium. A bloody key, thank God. Praise the baby jeebus. Right. We want kennel, I guess, to keep us going on to the... Let's just kennel here. Dogs. Cadogged. Always remember the cadogged. Right, pool keeps us going. Have we got the hammer? We've not got the hammer, do we? No, we don't. I'm not using... Nah. Nah. We don't have the hammer or the shovel. This is not an ideal wee run for us. We also don't have the secure... The bloody rumpus room. The bloody rumpus room. Oh, we don't have the gems. That's annoying. Well, I'm going to need to redraw until we've got something that can actually take us through. Chapel's terrible, but we'll take it. That's fine. Let's do it. So we can get into the... We can get in where we want to go here. Or we can keep going round and try and get... Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Let's go. Classroom. There might be an apple for our experiment. There is. So has that opened this antechamber door? No, it hasn't. Okay. That's annoying. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, god damn it. Right. So we either need another key or another apple. We need a key or an apple. That's what we're after right now. Damn it. What are you beeping? Oh, there's a key! We did it! We found a key on the floor. Yes! Key card would be lovely, yeah. Right. Here we go. We want one that takes us round to the left, so let's just redraw. Yeah, dining room will do the trick. That'll do the trick. Get us some steps. Here we go. Yeah, whatever. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Right. Okay, y'all ready? No hints. If you know in the chat, no hints. Let us try and figure this out. Okay, y'all. Here we go. We've been waiting for this for a long time. A long time. It is finally time to do this puzzle. Here we go. We can say that pin 1 is here, where we live. And pin 2 went south. Bam. Now, I think there's a chance that 8 is him coming home. I think 1 starts here, 8 ends here. Ijin has said the exact same thing. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Right. So, let's do this. So he went down to Paradise City. He went down to Araja. He went from Arinda Ares to Araja. Okay? So the Araja one is the first city is Steel. First Araja. Here we go. Araja. I was a little disappointed. There's been no rain. I suppose the anecdotes I make on the trip will have to do with it. The flavour of setting her, even without the rain. The puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. Okay, not much there. There's not much there to tell us. So, on the map, he's likely to go to Nuance next, right? Nuance is right there. Should we try Nuance? Nuance is the green one. By far my favourite realm I have visited during this trip, but I've always had a penchant for technology. The soot-fitted streets, the Swordside River are just stirring me as the are just as stirring to me as the mountains of Kararaka. Okay, so it was definitely Kararaka then, you know, in the order, this came after Kararaka. I got 6. No way, Vanillas, holy shit. Yeah, exactly. So we know that it goes. We know that he started. Let's actually order these. So we know he started. He sent this one from home, and he sent this one at the end. We know that he went to Araja second. So this one here, and the last one here are all in place now. So the question is, where do the rest of them go? The one we did last, see the one we did right at the end there? What one was that? Give me a second. The one we just got was at 5. Yeah, let's read this. Hold on. There have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel up into the mountains to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regrettably having brought so many books, as this is the first realm I have visited without porters. Here every person is expected to carry their own belongings. But the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. Okay, so it was definitely Vera, then Kararaka. This is Kararaka, right? The snowy place? Is this Kararaka? Shit, the snowy place it is, right? Okay, so where's Vera then? Where is Vera? Right here. Vera. Okay. Let's check this one out. Despite my prejudice against Mother Nature, I own that I have deeply loved my time here at Vera. The memories of the youthful trip I took here with my brother have been relentless, and as I have gotten older, I find less and less occasion to recollect on such trivial matters. Trivial pleasures. One thing I do remember vividly, which has not lost a single speck of charm, are the famous turtles. Each visitor of Vera, upon arriving, is lent one of these hard-shelled friends. I'm still under the spell of island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Mora Jai. Okay, so we know that we've got Mora Jai, then Vera, then Kararaka. Not necessarily one after the other, but that order. Okay, so let's hold on. So these two are together. So which one was Mora Jai? Which one's Mora Jai? Is it this one here? Is this Mora Jai? Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, hang on. After a short sea voyage. Hold up. After a short sea voyage, where's Mora Jai? After a short sea voyage. So these are the three we know, right? So we know that it goes Mora Jai, then Vera, then the snow place. So, yeah, let's have a look at this one then. After a short sea voyage, we arrive on the main island of Mora Jai last night in good spirits. The people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the Jairai, I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I've noticed that each realm I have visited has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. Okay. So, we know so far that it's home, then Araja. We don't know anything after that. These two we're unsure of, but we do know that these three here were in this order. And then this is the last one. But we know that these three here specifically reference each other. They're not necessarily right after each other. But we do know that these three were in this order. So let's, for now, assume they come after these. Okay? Let's just, for now, assume that this is the order. Just for now. So we got these two here, really, to read. Oh, wait, hang on. We can actually see if Araja... Yeah, look, this one here says after a short sea voyage. After a short sea voyage. We have just put it after Araja for now. But let's just check the map and see if that actually works out, because if it doesn't, then we know there's something between them. So... does that work out? They're the other side of the world from each other. Is it? Would you leave the bottom of Araja here and hit Mora Jai? That wouldn't be a short sea voyage. Well, why not? Well, like they're close to each other, right? Like this, in theory, it's right there. No. But I see what you mean, it wouldn't be short. So, the top left on map 2, this bit here. What about it? Oh, this up here. Oh, I see what you mean. This thing right here. Hang on. This. So which one's Mora Jai, the little curved one? It would be a short trip. God. Okay, so... here's the thing, though. The ones that we know come after Mora Jai are these two. Vera and Kararika. That's the three we've confirmed are in order. Morajai, Vera, Kararika. So, if the Morajai one says after a short trip, it's not talking about either of these. But then again, this could be a red herring. Look, Morajai has these two little islands here. You see them? It actually just might be... after a short sea voyage, we arrive on the main island of Morajai. It might just be talking about from the wee islands. Who knows? But either way, let's read the other ones. So this is Arch Aries. This is... Arch Aries is... Oh, God, I got a fright.
Borlak_ used Jeff Bezos' money.
Thank you so much, Borlak, for using Jeff Bezos' money on me. I appreciate you so much. Borlak has been subscribed for 5 whole months. Thank you so much. God, that gave me a fright. Right. We arrived here after a few days of sailing, and it made me realise how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Arch Aries is a destination with which I am well acquainted, having travelled here countless times on business for Cinca. This time, however, I'll avoid the familiar towns and factories and will instead trek along the northern coast, an area with which I am wholly unfamiliar. So, that's the place up north of the main map. Arch Aries is this place up here. Arch Aries is this big place here above. He said he's come from the sea. It says, after a few days at sea, we've arrived at Arch Aries. So, who knows with that one? Shall we read the other one? Shall we read this other one? By far my favourite realm I've visited during this trip, but I've always had a penchant for technologies and less moved by beauty. Surfer streets are described, mountains of Kararika and the beaches of Morajai, yep. Perhaps I'm just letting my childhood love of dirigible blocks compromise my objectivity. Speaking of home, as I look across the eastern sea, I can almost see its shores. I never thought that I would miss the sight of red flags. Okay, so... do we say he went up? Do we say he went up the northern shore of Arch Aries and then went on a short sea trip to Morajai? In theory, they're like right next to each other, maybe? Okay, so what are we saying then? We're saying he started at home and then he went to Araja. And then where? If we're saying that so these three go together wherever they are. Vera is the airport one. Vera is the one with the turtles. Bring to front. Where's this? Bring to front. Despite my prejudice against modern age, I know that I've deeply loved my time here at Vera. To recollect on such trivial pleasures. Arinda Aries, Araja, Arch Aries, Morajai, Vera, Kararika. That's what you think so far. That seems... What was the one with the blimps? The one with the blimps is Nuance. Nuance. By far my favourite realm I've visited. I'm going to say that he hit that quite late I'm going to say he hit this one quite late. Nuance must be after Kararika and Morajai. That's very true. And what's this one? This one is Kararika, the snow one. The last of the three we know all go together. So, we know that this one comes after those ones. So this one here is the only floater. In theory, these 7 up the top here are all in order. In theory. And it's just this one that's floating. We arrived here after a few days of sailing. Arch Aries, a few days of sailing. Was that straight after Araja? Did he start here, go down to Araja, and then sail up to Arch Aries? Let's try that for now. Okay, let's say for now, this is the order. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. So then, and 3 would be Arch Aries. And then I've already bloody forgotten. God, 4 would be Vera. No, 4 would be Morajai. 5 would be Vera. 4 would be Morajai. That's not a short boat trip. I don't know, maybe. Okay. 5 would be Vera. Where's Vera? Vera is the wee island down there. Okay. So 5 would be Vera. 6 would be... That's Nuance and that's Kararika. So we're saying Kararika is first and then Nuance? Yeah, we are. Okay. So we'd go 6. Oh God, I'll use my bloody... We are so good at video games. Holy shit, we actually just did that. There was no bullshit, there was no trickery, nobody googled it. We just figured this shit out ourselves. This is so fucking cool. Right, story time, here we go. Didn't we already see this? Haven't we already seen this? Huh. This was out on the table when this room was the outer room. When we made room 46 the outer room, it was lying right here. That note. Okay, here we go. Oh shit, it's our uncle's will. Here we go. The last will and testament of me, Herbert S. Sinclair. I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare the instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils herefore made by me. I declare that I am not and have never been married and have no children. First, I direct that all my debts and outstanding expenses be paid as soon after my decease as possible. Secondly, I direct all the servants and staff at my employ at the time of my death shall be granted indefinite leave to be paid out to the reserves of my estate and set aside for such occasion until such a time as a new master of Mount Holly bids their return. In the event that the aforesaid reserves for this purpose are depleted before a new master of the estate is found, I direct my executor to make provisions for their future employment, and to do so in a manner that is just and equitable to all parties involved. Thirdly, to my faithful valet, Hartley Rauta, I hereby give to him the lake house in Trinsdale as a small measure of gratitude for his many years of unwavering loyalty and devoted service. I direct that my executor take such steps as are necessary to transfer ownership of the said lake house to Hartley Rauta, and should use all responsible efforts to persuade him to accept the same. Furthermore, to my late cousin Tillin's 2 children, Courtney Ferrin and Rygard Ferrin, who have sometimes been impulsive and hasty in their actions, I grant to each a cuckoo clock set eternally on the sacred hour. For only time will tell when they are ready to slow down enough to appreciate the gifts bestowed upon them with the patience and wisdom that come with maturity. In the case of that Lionel Epson should return from his travels abroad, or in the event that any of his heirs should present themselves, I bequeath to him or them, as the case may be, the diary and its related key, which formerly belonged to his sister, Clara Epson, which I have kept in her room beside her grave, respectfully. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Oh. In addition, it is my fervent desire that the gallery, along with all the artwork contained within, be bestowed upon the Reddington Museum of Art, including the sculptures, exhibits, and the entire collection of drawings by Christopher Manson, comprised of 4 pieces entitled Yeah, Very Good. This generous donation shall be made 1 year hence, following the date of my earthly departure, when it will be removed from Mount Holly's drafting pool. Oh my god, look, you get a year to solve this room. It will be removed from Mount Holly's drafting pool after a year of when he died. Oh shit, it's a year of when he died. Interesting. Moreover, to the Grand Cathedral of Eraja, I bequeath 8 stone statues, sculpted in likeness of the 8 Erajan angels. There's their names. Orinda, Lydia, Rena, Joya, Dauja, Vea, Mila, and Draxus. These sculpted figures have been in the Sinclair tomb for multiple generations, and even though there has been much debate over their natural numeric order, they have nevertheless remained steadfast in their safeguard of the family's secret. I trust they will continue to provide the Cathedral of Eraja the same level of stewardship. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece Mary Matthew, all the rest, residue and remainder of my estate, and of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly, as a token of the cordial and affectionate friendship which for nearly half a century his grandmother Clara Epson has shown me. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of room 46. We did that ages ago, big man. This room, among other things of value, holds the physical deed to the entire estate, as well as many other personal effects and policies of insurance. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse in the above clause on this page, and provisions pertaining to that clause shall be considered null and void, and the rest of my estate shall be disposed of and gifted to the Arindian Heritage Foundation, under condition that the house be immediately winnowed and sealed with explicit instruction and allowances that the site shall not be reopened until black flags are once again flying over Oris, or 110 years have passed since my death, whichever day comes first. Interesting. Wait, manor is spelled manor. Where are you seeing that? Clause state that's sealed. As one final gift to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, regardless of whether he finds room 46 or not, I leave and bequeath to him the original manuscripts of his mother's work that were produced here under the roof of her childhood home. These preliminary draft copies include Red Prince, which she wrote while visiting the estate during the brightest of her days, and A New Clue, which she penned here during the darkest. I hope that in due time and in the natural order of things you will come to be content as I have, with what little of herself she left us. In witness whereof, I hereunto send my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Within a timely manner. Oh my god, a timely manner. Wait. Shut the hell up. A timely manner. I am pretty sure that's one of the many things you can have your place named at the end of the run. Manor is a certain sized building, and timely is if you place the clock tower. We could actually make a timely manor. That is not a joke, I don't think. This could be a reference to that. I'm not kidding. But you're right. There's obviously something here, because that is not how manor is spelled. There is a secret here. Huh. Okay. What the hell? That's a lot. The above proposal confirmed for 6. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all staff for the manor. But I'm confident that any area worth this inclination may have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. We've got to get to this room whilst making a timely manner. Is that what they're saying? Huh. Look at the section about magical clocks again. Courtney Ferrine and Rygard Ferrine. I grant each a cuckoo clock set eternally on the sacred hour. We now know the sacred hour is 1:30 or whatever, whenever the clock tower was going off. Look at the wall besides the door. Yeah, they're here, look. It's these two. It is these two clocks, yeah. It actually is these exact two clocks. There's me. There's their family. There's our wee Ma's family. Don't know who Marigold is, like. So do we come back here at 1:30? Nah. There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing. Unfortunately, there is nothing. Okay, so let's go try to get... We still need the... We need the... Help me here. We need... What do we still need? The gift shop, yep. There's something else. There's something else. I guess we need some more of the puzzle rooms if we really wanted. Can I make anything here? No. We can't afford the Cloister of Arindia. The other two here are just dead ends. That's not ideal. Let's redraw. Why have we got so many break rooms? Guess it couldn't hurt to get some keys, but it is still a dead end. Let's redraw again. There's the pump room. I guess that'll do for... Oh, well, we could put the wine cellar and get some gems. Yeah, let's do that. Let's at least get some gems. Nice, and a key. Lovely. Break room, I guess, yeah. Let's do some maths. Let's do some mathematics. Okay, it is 18. Rounded to the nearest two digits is 20, and then the number's rotated, so it is 2. Okay. Now this one is 10 plus 2 is 12. Rounded to the nearest two numbers is 10. Squared is 100. Is purple times or divide? Purple's divide, right? 100 divided by 10 is 10. Divided by 5 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Jesus. Okay, right. So 12 rotated is 21. Rounded to the nearest 2 is 20. Plus 5 is 25. But then we do all that again because it's another blue, so you'd rotate it, so that would be 52. Rounded to the nearest two digits is 50. Divided by 10 is 5. Hey! Oh, it's the bloody key card! Oh, this run is not over. Oh, we're doing just fine, right. Get me back to security. Let's put some keycard doors on the... Let's get some keycard doors in here. Keycard system, security doors... Set them to as many as possible. Confirm. Let's get out of here. Right. I always feel like I'm going to bang my head on those steps. Look, it's like quite tight here. It's like if it was me, I'd have bangs on my head from walking through this room. Right, sauna, study, dead end, trophy room we can't afford. Let's redraw. Courtyard couldn't hurt. Gives us a chance to look at the back of the wine cellar too. Let's do that. There's nothing there in the back of the wine cellar, but we could try the other back of the wine cellar, you know. That dog's a barking. Right, ideally here we'd get one that goes right. So let's just redraw until we do. I don't mind using our stars, honestly. Actually, ideally we'd get one that goes left and right. So let's reroll for that. Oh, I'm spending all our stars. Hallway, Mechanarium could work. How many do we have? 1. 1. We need those stars for what? What do we need those stars for? What do we need them for? For stuff. We need him for stuff. Right, I am gonna rumpus room here just to see if he's gonna talk to us now that we've done room 46. Will you talk to me, please? Please. I just want this guy to talk to me. I just want this guy to talk to me. Yeah, that's a good point, Agent. I suppose that is a good point. Right, we might as well do morning room so that tomorrow's run is slightly better. Certainly we're looking for something else this run. Yeah, true. We're really not in any sort of... There's the garage keys. Let's take the drafting studio. We don't really need anything this run, do we? We should go outside and use the shrine. Get ourselves a blessing from the shrine. I'm not sure what blessing, but we might as well get ourselves something. What is, if we use the shrine to get the one that lets us put a room outside, is there any room you can think of that would be good for us to have outside? I can't really think of anything that we'd want to put outside at the moment, but maybe. We tested everything, yeah. I think we've done everything we, like, wanted to do out there. Right, we've basically done everything. I suppose we've got the keycard now, so there is a few more doors we can open. It's just buying the blue tents, yep. And to do that, we will need to do the king... Let's use the king thing on yellow rooms. Let's also just plant the clock tower so we get an extra key tomorrow. Yeah, we want the gift shop, that's it. So we'll make the king thing for yellow rooms. Agent. It's too late for timely manner, I think. So who knows, honestly, who knows? Ah, we got a minute. Ah. This is referring to the hour, the sacred hour. Oh, that's Edgin. That is it. You've absolutely cracked that. That is what that is. Yeah, that's almost definitely what that is. Yeah, well done. Did we ever have tunnel outside, by the way? There is a tunnel outside that we got open, and behind it was just a bunch of different doors. And then the final door is like this blue door that we can't figure out how to open. Oh, the tunnel outside. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Well, that's actually a great, yeah, let's make sure we go outside and do that next. Let's do the sauna so we get more steps the next day. Right. Let's head Outside. No. Yeah, the music room music's incredible. Let's head... Yeah, we want to go outside. This is the fastest way out. We want to check our notes because I've got a note that tells us how much Monk... To get Monk, it's 29 gold. Okay. To get Monk, it's 29 gold, and we are going to remove Sacred in the clock tower because Idjin cracked that. We also don't need Mailroom Magnify because we've already done that. Perfect. Perfect. We're getting there. We're getting there. Right. Yeah, the music room music is fantastic. My god, I've already forgotten what that number was. Was it 29 gold? Was it 49? Dementia? Question mark? Maybe. Bloody maybe. Hey-oh. Vanillas, have you already decided which hardcore mods you're gonna download for Balatro once you beat it? The Blessing of the Monk. Okay, so... Oh yeah, it's nighttime in-game. Huh. Oh shit, yeah. It's night... When did that happen? Is this because we're in the late game now? What the hell? When did that occur? Right, so we want to go tunnel, right? We want to put the tunnel outside. I think we just did the sigil puzzle for a very long time. Yeah, you might be right. Because we definitely did. Right, so... Let's just end here. Set it to yellow rooms. Get the shop we want. Wow. YouTube, this has been a big day. We did all of the sigils. We did the room 46 puzzle. We found some weird information. Let's go buy some blue tents. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.